looking at your goals and trying to find just the best opportunities possible, do you have any mentors or anyone that you look at and just really admire what they're doing and you try to emulate or just anything like that?
Yeah, no, I totally do, and I'm not gonna name names just because it's not really the place for that. But I have a small group of people that you know I really rely on hard in the coaching world. Some of them aren't even necessarily basketball coaches. One person I really admire is an author, and there's somebody who does they travel and they speak about mindfulness. And they speak about the mental and how to the mind of an athlete or the mind of a coach. Like I think that's something that is super important, especially in a generation like this. I have basketball mentors that I keep up with all the time, and I have the phone calls every 2 weeks, and we keep in touch and just talk shop. Like, what's happening? What do we think is going to happen? Oh my God, is there going to be a college basketball season in the fall? Nobody knows, but it's like, you have to have those people that you lean on. So, and one thing that I'll share that I thought was really cool, and like you mentioned about LinkedIn, I'm really active on LinkedIn, and I love taking phone calls from strangers, helping them out, doing what I can, kind of just like piecing things together. But one person said, I'm gonna draw it out. Like if you have a bullseye like this, and it's like this right here is your five. Like this is your core group of people, whether that's family, whether that's your coworkers, and obviously you can do a million of these in your life. Like this could be literally family, whatever, boom, 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 and go out. But it's like just from a basketball standpoint, like this is my five guys that I really rely on, and they're like the people that I talk to every day. I said, hey, I'm struggling with this. What do you got? What do you guys do? And like this next one might be like 20 people. So you sit there with those 20 people, and those are people that if they hear about a job or they hear about an opportunity, you might not talk to them every day. It might be a once a month thing, but it's people you keep in touch with that, you have a mutual respect for each other's intelligence, work ethic, everything. And you kind of just, it's like a brotherhood. It's almost like a fraternity at that point. And then there's just everybody else that's, that you're connected to. And obviously there can be way more layers than that, but, maybe that number is 5, 10, 1,000. Maybe you have 1,000 people that you're just kind of, whatever, I know him. Like that's a coach that I met along the way. Like I worked a camp with him one time 2 years ago. And you say, hey, look, I'm an assistant coach at Maryland Lacrosse, and I worked a camp, and this guy's a high school lacrosse coach. I worked a camp with him 5 years ago. And now it's like, oh, shoot, that kid might have a player for me someday. Like maybe I should give him a call. And it's kind of just like a guy in your network. And I think there's more levels to that, and there's tiers in each of those different things. But that's just something that I was kind of told, like, you really got to have that narrow group of people and then kind of expand from there.
100%. I think that's everything in life. I think it's just having those relationships, networking with the right people, and sustaining those relationships. I think you learn that as a kid. It's like you can't do everything on your own, and if you do, you're going to learn the hard way. But it's tough. Like growing up, I just remember like I didn't want to ask questions. I didn't want to keep like people in my sort of inner circle on what I felt, on how I was feeling, because I didn't want to share it. Is there anything that you do? Do you seek mentorship? Is it like more of a natural thing that you focus on? Elaborate on that.
So I definitely do. And I think that is an absolute focal point of what I do. I think I've become a much more humble, well-spoken, mindful person because I seek mentors that are those types of people. They're the good guys, and they're not the people who kind of just say, "Hey, I'm this person's son. My last name is this, and I'm gonna get this job." Like, no, I'm in the trenches with the real people that are struggling in coaching. Oh man, I'm making $5,000 a year. I don't know if I can do this, but like I'm smarter than that guy at that Division I school. It's just like I put my more effort into this. Like I do this, and those are the people that if you surround yourself with, it's contagious. And that's like talking about like more on like an even level, but like same thing. Like you can get mentors and you hear their stories about, man, I was a walk on and I was this, and I got a scholarship by the end, and I started off in JUCO, and then all of a sudden they're a Division I head coach, and they're the head coach at Gonzaga, or I don't know. I mean, whatever his background is, but like you just never know, and you take things from their story. Like, I have a mentor friend of mine, Division II coach, and hearing about like the desire to go Division I and whatever 5 years ago, and then all of a sudden 5 years later, it's like, man, that's just not what I want to do. Like there's a reason I'm here. There's whatever, but I gained perspective from that and an appreciation from that. And I played Division III, and like, do I want to be a Division III coach this week? No, I don't, because I don't think that that's in the cards right now. And I have my sights set to the NBA, and that's really where it's at. But it's like, it's one of those things that I'm a lot more mindful, and from mentors and from people that I talk to, that, I'm open to that someday, or I'm open to, if I was a head Division I coach, hiring a Division III guy, because I get it, and I've seeked mentorship, and I've seeked relationships with people that are in that realm, and that just helps me grow as a person.